Okay, I'm still not seeing him. Oh boy. He's very recognizable by his hair.
15-year-old Michael only sees his mom about once or twice a week.
Hey. Okay, Michael, this is Avery.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you, Michael.
A mother-son reunion outside a Scarborough mall.
How can you eat with chopsticks?
How can I eat with chopsticks?
Yeah.
A lunch together like this rarely happens.
I just do it my way and make it work.
Trying to make it work is the story of Michael's and Mickey's new life.
It's not really something you can really put into words. It's just being taken away from someone that you've been with your whole life is just absolutely terrible.
Michael lives in a group home on the outer edges of Scarborough, almost in Markham. His mom lives in a shelter right downtown. But 14 months ago, Mickey and Michael had their own apartment in the beach.
The sheriff came and changed, and the locks were changed. We were evicted. Michael and I, at first, were able to do a bit of couch surfing.
I was bouncing around for about 6 months.
I tried to keep us out of the shelter system.
Mom and son ran out of couches to surf, and no shelter would take them.
Because of his age and his gender, that's why we were not able to stay in the shelter system together, because there are family shelters. But because he's 15 and because he's male, we can't share the same room.
And so since last June, Michael has lived at a group home an hour and a half by transit away from his mother's shelter downtown.
There's nothing in the system for what me and my mom's situation is. My mom doesn't have housing, and then she has to live without her kid, and her kid has to live without the mom. It just seems like kicking someone while they're down. I just want to live a life with my mom. Nothing else really matters to me.
Mickey and Michael don't live together. She says her son landed in a group home because family shelters couldn't take them both.
Because of his age and his gender, that's why we were not able to stay in the shelter system together, because there are family shelters. But because he's 15 and because he's male, we can't share the same room. I actually phoned and spoke to staff at 2 family shelters, and I was told that.
The City Hall department that governs shelters in Toronto refused an on-camera interview, but did provide a statement acknowledging that only 2 family shelters operate programs which would be suitable for families with teenage children.
There's nothing in the system for what me and my mom's situation.
These numbers reflect the dire situation. The family shelter system is consistently over capacity and would likely mean Mickey and Michael would have to relocate to one of the city's shelter motels, conditions Mickey says she couldn't put her son into.
I hate it. It's unacceptable. It's a much bigger problem than just us.
Ironically, Mickey herself was not long ago on the other side of homelessness.
I worked for 10 years at a men's shelter myself. Working at the men's shelter gave me one perspective, but actually finding myself in this position again.
Again, because CityNews viewers have met Mickey before, when she hit a rough patch some 16 years ago and spoke with Colin Vaughan about life on the streets.
And people's idea of a homeless person usually fits into a very narrow stereotype. And I don't fit into that, and neither do a lot of the people that I know who found themselves homeless.
All these years later, her own son now echoing the very concerns she raised so many years ago.
I just think that a lot of people aren't aware of the fact that a lot of homeless people are normal people that are just like me and my mom.
And in youth, there is still hope.
We're going to end up getting through this no matter what, and we will be together again.
Now, in a statement to me, the city did say that no family would be forced to separate, that this could have been some confusion about just where Mickey called, which shelter she called. They do say that you have to call 311 instead of the shelters directly. And we're going to be having all the information on different services that are available to the homeless up on our website. All you have to do is click on FYI on citynews.ca.